Well, Juventini, the Mercato is officially open today. We've got a price tag set on Danilo, a hijacking. We'll go through the details on Silva, where the other defensive targets stand, and a new name to add to that list as of today. Then we get to Zirkzee. He wants Juve, and apparently Juve's ready to go all in this window. Okay, then we've got the injury rundown and of course Motta's presser ahead of the game tomorrow against Milan in the Supercoppa. All right, I'm Berto. This is the AJ Sear channel dedicated to Juventus. It's January 2nd. Let's rock with the news. All right, so we kick things off with Danilo and the situation there. We have a price tag set. It is 3 million euros. That's it for Juve to get rid of the captain. All right, and a piece that could have still remained as coverage at a fullback position. 3 million euros, that only covers the remaining wages for the second half of the season. We keep hearing nobody wants to actually come in with a fee because he's going to be available for free in 6 months. But the fact that it isn't even an actual purchase fee, it's just break even on the wages, could entice the clubs interested. And we all hear that Napoli has an agreement with the player that could be enticing enough for them to strike, and we just break even on the wages this season. But I still don't like this move, and I think it's highly unnecessary. But in the background, we have to get in the cavalry. We have to find support. Well, names are dropping like flies. Skriniar's been dropped as of a while. Kiwior has been out for some time. Hanko, we keep hearing, is going to be June. Bedula brings us the report today that Hanko is actually the priority. He is the top priority for Juventus right now. That comes from Pedula today. But do we see Feyenoord saying goodbye? All signs have indicated that Feyenoord is not going to say goodbye in January. Silva, he's been listed as the priority. These guys have been going back and forth. Well, we just heard yesterday from DAZN Italia that this could be hijacked, and all of a sudden Aston Villa is in the lead to land him with a formula of loan plus option to purchase at 45 million euros. One way or another, whether this is true or not, Juve is still short on the fees that Benfica wants to see to move Silva. If this is in fact true, Benfica of course would use it to their benefit to ramp up the price. 45 million, is that enough to take us away? We offered a 5 million loan with 30 million to purchase. Are we willing to go that much further up? We're gonna have to say goodbye to players most likely and have some sales. Everything is getting interesting right now, so we wait and see. And as far as Silva goes, yes, the credible guys say that Jorge Mendes, his agent, is working on the move and getting him to Juventus. But is he working on getting him to Juventus or just finding a solution for the player in general? Because if we take ourselves back to the beginning of these rumors, these links with Silva, it was always just being reported that the agent was looking for a solution for the player as the player wanted to leave Benfica. It doesn't necessarily mean it has to be us. And you don't trust agents as far as you can throw them. If Mendes has a deal with another club and they're willing to come in, I see them gladly taking that. Let's see what happens, but we could be in trouble. Could we be scrambling? Maybe. Tyrell Malacia now all of a sudden has presented himself as an option for Juventus. The 25-year-old that can play fullback and also cover at center back apparently is listed as a last-minute loan option. That's not always promising when you're hearing about last-minute loan options in a mercado and you've said goodbye to somebody unnecessarily like Danilo, who actually holds traits and could be a leadership voice next to that of Locatelli. The whole situation is bizarre, everybody. Your thoughts, hit me in the comments. Now we get to the attack. Zirkzee wants to be reunited with Motta and wants to do so immediately. All right, and Juve wants him as well and is ready to go all in with a formula of loan plus obligation to bring in the player. Risky business. Did they just hit lightning in a bottle together, Motta and Zirkzee, last season? Are we ready to bank on this guy and go all in? Or should we take a more cost-effective approach and just get coverage and then look beyond in the summer? Because you're most likely going to see Vlahovic on the market. What do you think? But apparently we're going all in for Zirkzee. That's who Juve wants, and they want him now. Kolo Muani Apparently, reports out of France state that PSG wants a healthy sum and they want outright purchase, and that is it. 50 to 60 million euros to sell the player, and that is it. That would definitely take Juve out of the equation. When we get to the injury rundown, Weah and Rui found themselves in group training today. They will be available most likely from the bench in the Supercoppa match tomorrow against Milan. Speaking of that match, Motta had his press conference. He had this to say, that we are lucky and fortunate to have fans that follow us around the world. He says we want to take this prestigious shirt to a higher and higher level. He says that he does everything in his power to try and improve the team. When he talks about the players, Chico, he says, is highly motivated always, and it will have no effect that they have now hired his father. And he spoke great about Conceição, the coach, saying that Milan has found themselves an excellent coach now to take over. Yildiz, 19 years old, but already very important according to Thiago Motta. Locatelli simply says is an example for all, and he is our leader. In terms of the match against Fiorentina, he says we got what we deserved last match, but we move forward with maximum commitment, and that is what we are going to need, especially in the Supercoppa. And he says, I fail to believe and struggle to believe that we will find anyone that won't be highly motivated to get into these games and do their absolute best. Well, bring your absolute best and let's see what we can do. What do you think we finish up with in the Supercoppa? Do we get bounced tomorrow? Do we hit that final? Do we win it? Let's go, everybody. Time to like the video, subscribe to the channel, join our AJC Army, but let me know what you think about all the news you just heard here today. And we are live tomorrow morning, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, getting you hyped up for the game. Hope to see you all there. As always, no matter what, fino alla fine, forza Juventus. Ciao tutti.